Good afternoon. Today I'm back at the Liberty Sculpture Park. I met with one of the creators, Jonas, and he told me a very inspirational story. Do you mind telling me how everything started?
So this park, this patch of land was selected by artist Wei Ming Chen and some of his friends back in 2016 because it's very close to I-15.
Right.
And it's far enough from the city, so the land is affordable enough that he can purchase a pretty large patch, and that's how that's the origin story of the park. And then he found out there's no water and electricity in this particular patch, so he bought a different studio as his base of operation and his art studio. So and the first sculpture he built here was the Chief Crazy Horse. So that's to commemorate the Native American hero Chief Crazy Horse and his pursuit of freedom. And the second one is Wang Yang Li, and he's one of the early participant of Tiananmen freedom movement, which ended up being the June '64 crackdown, and ended with that. And he was also one of the Chinese labor leaders who he eventually died in jail after 20 years of imprisonment on and off, and he lost about 4 inches of his height when he came out and all his teeth.
You know, you told me something that blew my mind. I said, you're a very courageous person.
Not really. I just terrified of the bad guys win a little bit more than what I can lose.
You were telling me your future plan is to you're building a museum. Is that?
Indeed, we are gonna build a something called a museum for the victim of communism in here. It's gonna be up within about 2 years. It's gonna be at a detached building that is totally 10,000 feet in what I call it of space that's gonna house at least 100 pieces of June the 4th related artwork that we already have, and a bunch of other stuff, including the last issue of Apple Daily.
You're preserving the last issue of Apple Daily? Oh,
we
wow.
We have 2 prints of the last issue of Apple Daily in our hand. Yes.
How did you come across that? That's pretty difficult.
Friend passed good stuff to a friend, and eventually we got 2 of them.
You had an event yesterday?
Yes, we had. Basically, we are actually the co-host of the event. The actual host is Democratic Education Foundation from Bay Area, run by Tiananmen activist Fang Zheng.
I understand one of the issues you have is manpower and budget. You're going to do more fundraising?
Yes, we are. The issue right now is building a actual building.
Okay.
That's not a, let's say, a sculpture, like a casual sculpture project like this. It involves a lot more resource. So we need professional planners, planning, like building planning and stuff. Everything from building to water to plumbing. So that's a lot more professional driven. And the problem with that is we don't have the right people for that. So we have to hire outside help. So that makes the project extremely expensive. Plus, the material cost has been a few fold starting this year. So right now, our chief sculptor Wei Ming Chen has already made personal loans that using his own house as a deduction to try to make things happen. And that doesn't even cover the entire project. So we actually desperately need our help, everyone's help. So we don't do a lot of open fundraising. We mostly rely on small donation, despite being a 501c3 organization, which is your donation can be tax deductible. But however, we don't do too much of open fundraising for the most part. But at this point, we desperately need it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave in the description the link of their website, and from there you could also donate. And it's they're making history, and it's a quite big cause. And be sure to stop by if you're on the way to Las Vegas, if you're from Los Angeles. And they also have a donation box by the tag man back there.
If you look at that, that's basically the evidence of Chinese agents active in the United States. So they burned down one of our sculpture, which is right now we are trying to rebuild. But yeah, I mean, 7 months of our life is basically set in flames. So
you said that it was attacked 3 times?
Yes, 3 times. The first time they tried to rip off the metal sign, the CCP virus over there, and then failed. And second time they came in with vehicles and steel cables and angle grinder. They could use angle grinder to weaken the structure, even send someone in to weaken the inside the structures inside, and then try to pull it with the vehicle. Failed because I show up because I need to repair my computer and I happen to bump into them. And the third time they basically set the entire sculpture in flames. So that's the end of that particular sculpture.
Were you scared?
Fear is a natural reaction. What you do with your fear is another story. It's up to you.
Well, very inspirational. Thank you very much. And we're gonna keep in touch, and probably I'm gonna try to help out.
All right. Thank you.
Looking forward. Thank you, man.
Take care.
Take care.